What's going on, YouTube? It is Raise Hell Zell back again with another video for y'all, man. And in this video, we are going to discuss the Washington Commanders wide receiver situation real quick. I just got some things I want to go over. I want to talk about, and y'all feel free to chime in the comments. Please like, subscribe, turn those post notifications if y'all vibing with the content. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So, regarding our wide receiver situation, we obviously, we picked up Deebo Samuel. We gave him a pretty solid 1-year contract, $17 million guaranteed. We're investing a lot into Deebo Samuel, but it is only for 1 season, pretty much. So, how much of an investment is it really? That remains to be seen. I mean, we kind of just got to wait and see what we get from Deebo. But I mean, obviously Deebo is going to be highly motivated. He only has 1 year guaranteed. And after that, if he doesn't play well, he's not going to get a big paycheck anywhere else. So he's banking on himself. We're banking on him. And that's his whole situation. With that being said, in my eyes, he's still a large upgrade from Dyami Brown, right? So who was the only wide receiver that we really lost in terms of, it's going to be hard to replace what he brought. Olamide, we also lost Olamide Zaccheaus, but I feel like with what we have currently, what we have coming up in the draft, and who we brought in here, Olamide Zaccheaus can be replaced very easily. The thing about Dyami Brown that I'm really concerned with is he was our speed guy. And our screen guy, but I think Deebo Samuel could do a lot of things that offensively that can take the place of what Dyami Brown did, and then some. The only thing he can't replace is the speed. That's the only thing in our wide receiver room that's speed and size, right? So that's like the only thing in our wide receiver room that I feel like we don't have is speed and size. So with that being said, we got Luke McCaffrey, right? Luke McCaffrey is going into his 2nd year, and I just want to see how tall Luke McCaffrey is. He's 6'2", so he's not that short. He's not that tall, but he would be probably the tallest outside of Michael Gallup right now. Who else is tall? Luke McCaffrey, Deebo Samuel, Terry McLaurin, Michael Gallup, Noah Brown. Noah Brown is 6'2" too, so we don't really have a height guy, but I'm comfortable with those guys being 6'2". I don't think we really need a height guy necessarily. Terry can go up and catch those contested catches at his height. He has extraordinary bounce, and he's the best contested catch guy in the league, right? So I'm not too worried about the size of our wide receiver room. The big thing that I'm worried about is the speed. It's like, what are we going to do to replace the speed that Dyami Brown brought to our team? What are we going to do? Because speed, it opens up, it takes the top off the defense. Like, nobody right now is going to respect really or be scared of our speed necessarily on our team right now. So, Michael Gallup, I know we signed Michael Gallup. He ran a 4.51 at the combine when he was coming into the league, and that was a few years ago. So you can only expect that he lost a step. He's not running that anymore. Probably close to 4.6 something, right? So Luke McCaffrey, I don't know what he ran, but it wasn't no 4.4. I could look it up real quick, but I'm telling you, like, I don't think it was a 4.4. But let's see what he ran. He ran a 4.7. So okay, let me rephrase that. He ran a 4.7. But when I watch McCaffrey play, I just don't see him separating. I don't see him as a speed guy, that's going to take the top off the defense. Now, De'Ami Brown was a speed guy. He got loose. And he ran, let's see what De'Ami Brown ran. De'Ami Brown ran a 4.4. So that's not too far off from what Luke McCaffrey ran, which is a 4.7 at the combine last year. So I don't know how much the 40 actually, plays into game speed, because I think 40 speed and game speed are two obviously different things, right? But on the field, De'Ami Brown was a blazer. He was fast. He on those go routes, he got separation, and you had to respect it. I'm not sure that, even though they're 0.03, seconds difference in their 40 speed, when I watch Luke McCaffrey play, I'm not seeing that same speed demon separation on the go routes that I do when I see De'Ami Brown necessarily. So I don't know if we can rely on Luke McCaffrey to be our speed guy. I don't know if we could rely more. We got to see what Luke McCaffrey is going to give us, man. I mean, I want the best from Luke McCaffrey. I want him to come in and take over the wide receiver too. I want, McLaurin 1, Luke McCaffrey 2, and Debo in the slot somewhere. We could just move Debo around wherever we want. That's how I want it to be. But we gotta be real with ourselves, and at the end of the day, and it remains to be seen if Luke McCaffrey will take that next step. I'm hoping that he does, but we gotta see. Right? So in my mind, we still don't have the speed guy yet, right? I don't see it in Luke McCaffrey necessarily. I don't see it in Noah Brown necessarily, and I don't see it in Michael Gallup. Debo's Debo. He has a lot of different nuances to our offense, but I don't see speed in him. Terry McLaurin has speed, but I don't necessarily. What I want for this offense is, and let me know if y'all feel the same way. But the missing piece to our wide receiver room is speed in my mind. It's really speed in my mind, and we got a chance to, attack that in the draft. So if at 29, man, there's 3 guys that I would be okay with taking at the 29 position. They all ran in 4.4s or lower. And that's Matthew Golden, of course. I don't think he's going to be there at 29, but boy, am I hoping that he's going to be there at 29. It's a possibility that he's there. It's always a possibility that he's there. You got to see how the board folds. But it's possible that he's there at 29. And these are only wide receivers that are, not to say that we can't get a wide receiver in the later rounds that has speed and that can fill that role, but I'm talking about specifically wide receivers that we could possibly take, and I'll be okay with at the 29th pick. So I'll be okay with Matthew Golden. Speed, he has solid size at 5'11", and he gets separation. I will also be cool with Emeka Egbuka. You ran a 4.45, technician type, reminds me a lot of Chris Olave. I'll be okay with him. He has enough speed that I feel like he could be the De'Ami Brown, fill that De'Ami Brown role. And I also think Luther Burden, if he develops correctly, he ran a 4.41 at the combine. I feel like he could be the De'Ami Brown role very well. And he can be more of a Swiss Army knife. So he can do a lot of different things. And this coaching staff loves players who can do more than one thing, just in case we need them to. So those are the 3 wide receivers that I feel like could come in and make a big impact in the wide receiver room and fill that void that we're missing in terms of speed. But again, man, I know and I know we want the same thing with Ben Sinnott, right? We want him to come in. He got a year to pretty much watch and sit back and see, okay, this is how they wanted me to do. This is what they want me to do. He kind of knows the next step that he wants to take. So is Ben Sinnott going to take that next step? Is Luke McCaffrey going to take that next step? It remains to be unseen. We haven't gotten to the next season, but I'm hoping on it. We are hoping on it. But at the same time, if we have a chance to, fill one of our depths in our wide receiver room early on in the draft, I wouldn't be mad at these 3 guys being picked in the first round. I really wouldn't. But it's not up to me. It's up to AP and that staff and them guys over there. So let me know what y'all think, man. How do y'all feel about our wide receiver room? Do y'all think we are set, good, and gold? Do y'all think any wide receiver that we get in the draft is just an extra piece that we don't necessarily need? I want to know what y'all think, man. Again, please like, subscribe, and comment. I appreciate everybody who stuck with me so far through this video, made it all the way to the end. And as always, man, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day. Peace out.